in here. So we're going to hear a few songs, and we might hear a little bit about the song. Come back to you when they're done with their set.
Yeah.
Sound good? All right.
Perfect.
Slime Monsters from Outer Space. Welcome.
Alright. This first song's about Santa Carlos potato farmers. Cool. That was that song. It's our only instrumental song. Next song is called Hunger, and it's based on the idea that no one should be hungry. is called Monsters. You good? You want that on tune for a second?
Can I go on record that if I mess up, it's me that messes up?
John joined our band recently, and John is fantastic. But it is John's fault if.
And you guys have the mic, so for folks who are just tuning in, please remind us who you are.
Yeah, we're Slime Monsters from Outer Space, based in Minneapolis, and we play rock and roll music. All right, this is called Monsters.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. I know, twice in the same day. How much time do we have? Is this?
You keep going as long as you want.
Okay, you guys want to do That Came from the Sky?
Sure.
Yeah, let me just double check. Oh.
My hand's not broken yet. My hand's not broken yet.
Look at that. I think it's almost got used to the room.
Alright, this last song is called They Came from the Sky. It was one of the first songs I wrote for this project. So, yeah. for you musically.
Okay, that's awesome. I gotta.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And now we can start a conversation. Would you like us to play a song and you guys can have 1 minute to breathe before we start talking?
Sure, yeah.
What's your name your poison, or else we'll pick something that was on our list?
I don't know. Where? Huh?
Are they get to pick the music? That'd be cool.
Yeah. You guys pick something.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh no. We can continue on with our playlist and give you a couple minutes. How about
Yeah,
we?
because you guys sounded first. Slime Monsters from Outer Space. It sounded amazing. It sounded so amazing. I'm like, they need to. It is for people who aren't in the studio. It is hot as holy buckets in here. So you guys need 1 minute to reprieve, and we'll have you right back. What are we gonna listen to in the meantime?
Yeah, let's check out "Born of Fire" from Thomas Saban.
Oh. Thank you. But also I was like, they need a minute to.
That was my bad.
Can we talk?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're off air, but you're on here, so there's one continuous video. So don't. But so you can swear, but don't say anything nasty about your mom.
Uh-oh.
No, that was fantastic, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that was
awesome.
That was really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Well, yes, and we do want to have a conversation with you. But if you want to try to make space, do whatever you can. I mean, so that you're comfortable having a conversation.
You have at least 6 minutes, and we can play another one. Too.
Yeah.
So take your time
Yeah.
and chill.
I'm sorry about my technical difficulties.
No, don't worry. I mean, we have plenty of time. But as I said, it's just I got hot watching you.
That is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So what do you think of having a blues slide for the day?
That was. I mean, I thought that sounded fine.
I'm trying to get some water.
I had no distortion.
There's a water fountain near where the bathroom is.
There's a water fountain right there.
Or is there or there's one right here?
No, back by the
back there,
bathrooms.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can look at it. When
I'll take it.
Okay.
I might need to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this going.
So this is the first time I ever played without any distortion. I was like petrified.
No, it rocked.
honestly
It was
worked.
great.
I felt
It was
like it oddly
fantastic. Yeah,
worked perfectly.
yeah, it was fantastic.
Felt like a blue slime instead of green slime, blue slime.
No, it was great.
Yeah, see, I was looking blue slime. I know. Oh, what's wrong with that? Oh boy, should work this morning.
I'm gonna do this because
The broken one over here.
yeah. Put these back on. Okay.
Oh, you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
Well-
I was just.
Oh, like the
She
power was working, but clearly this. I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple setup.
Do you know this buffered bypass? The fuzz.
We'll give-
This,
Yeah.
is
I
the
figured
buffer
after
bypass.
this we'll play this
Okay.
Okay.
low song,
Because
because that one's another 5 minutes.
Okay.
Actually,
Well,
And then that saves a couple.
yeah.
I'm just trying to get.
Okay.
I mean, we still have time. It's only 3:20.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not. I'm just
Yeah.
whatever suits you guys, honestly.
okay.
So we're like, we either start in 3 minutes or start in 8 minutes. We're just
Let's do 3. Let's do
3. Okay, that's I just want. Okay,
Three is perfect.
Yeah.
And we can also kill
it's a
some
magic
time.
number.
I'm just yelling at myself for stuff not working.
Does anybody want? Do you want this chair over there, or is there enough room? Or
I can bring chairs back in.
Yeah.
well, I'm not. I won't be using. I mean, I never sit. Ever.
I can. I mean.
Only if you want it.
Yeah, if you want to move it over, if you want to hand it to me, I can move it over here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very
You're all.
Struggling so hard.
That was fun. We haven't had anyone play in studio for a while. Thank you.
I've
That was
never
so much
had
fun.
anyone.
And now I can be.
This was my first full band in studio.
Yeah, not a lot of people bring the full band, and
That
it's
was
super
awesome.
fun. But and you see, I mean, it is what it is.
I understand
You
why
get-
they don't, but
yeah.
But that was so much fun. That was awesome.
Yeah, we super appreciate it. Thank you. But it's a lot of work. I mean, that's upstairs, downstairs, in the maze that is the McAllister College. I mean, which is any college. That was amazing.
I'm just sorry to get the full slime monster effect.
That
Yeah,
leaves
people-
us wanting.
yeah.
Wanting a little more next time.
Okay. Save some for later.
Exactly. Keep people coming back.
We play Coachella.
Yeah, exactly.
If we specifically played Coachella, I feel like that would be like a lot of people. If we had fans at that point, if we played Coachella,
I was gonna
hope
say I
we
think that
have
would go hand in
fans.
hand.
A lot of people would be like, "What about $35 shows?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Be called up for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just remember there's no limits in here.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I think there was an incident that predates
I
us.
think you have your thing on top of the.
Oh, that's right.
Every recording studio I've ever been in, it's like, no.
No. I mean it's
Alright, I have that on my lap.
okay. We got about a minute. Not that we can't improvise.
Right, we can improv.
Maybe I'm gonna try it there so I can.
40 seconds. 30 seconds.
No, it feels like church was cool. I was gonna say we're missing. Yeah.
I'm missing John.
That's okay.
That was natural. Yeah. Oh, they said unnatural.
No,
Did you go to the bathroom?
Probably.
No. It'll be okay. It's not here.
Oh no, he's right there.
Okay.
Do we have another song we can introduce or no?
Oh.
That was Thomas Aban with Born of Fire. That explains the room today, Born of Fire, because
Yes.
we had Slime Monsters from Outer Space in studio, played a whole set for us. Thank you. I mean, it's just amazing, absolutely amazing. So I'm going to start off by asking you each to introduce yourselves, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah. And I'm going to Phoenix. I'm going to move that closer
Yeah.
just because it's
So, just bass player, Phoenix Unknown. So,
All right. So how did you get into playing the bass at
I-
first?
met Lucky, and they convinced me to pick up another instrument.
Because you play many instruments.
Yeah, I started with piano, and then when it came to starting band in middle school, my mom stopped me before I could say what I wanted. It was like, anything but drums. So I was like, okay, I'll pick the next most obnoxious thing you agree to. So I started playing flute. High school, I tried picking up guitar, but didn't really have any direction. And I wanted to play bass more than guitar. Anyways, I just didn't have one. And then I met Lucky last year. I picked up their bass, played it for a bit, bought mine. So I've only been playing since October.
That's amazing. The rest is history.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of musical talent. That's amazing. So great.
Thanks.
Lucky, you're next.
Yeah, hi, I'm Lucky. I sing and play guitar and write the songs for the most part. I encourage my bandmates to put in their 2 cents always, but that's me.
Yeah. How did you? I mean, I'm tempted to ask how you got into songwriting or how you got into any of it, really. But I was interested in how people get involved in songwriting.
For as long as I can remember, I have wanted to be a rock star, whatever that means. You know, I don't really care about the, having the music industrial complex backing me and writing all my songs for me and all that kind of stuff. But like, as far as like getting on stage and playing, I think I'm very much a performer. and I tried to start bands for years. Something would always go wrong. But when I was in California and for grad school, I started playing music again. I'd taken a several-year hiatus, and it was a writing MFA that I was going to grad school for, and that just kind of, I guess the combination of that, I started writing more songs. Yeah, did that answer your question?
It did.
Okay.
It did. I'll say, if you've always pictured yourself being a rock star, like you must have had an image when you were a kid.
My earliest memory related to that is when I was in first grade, we used to sing patriotic songs in the morning after the Pledge of Allegiance.
Wow.
And I had sunglasses and for some reason, and so I decided to put on sunglasses and stand up and hold a pencil like a microphone and just like really get into singing. It was like You're a Grand Old Flag or something like that. And yeah,
I thought you were going to say like Hendrix version of Star Spangled Banner or something.
oh yeah, no, I wish
A variation to German, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I mean I do very much appreciate Hendrix, but I don't.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all right. Next.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Brano, aka Brian J, and I play the electric ray gun. And I've been playing the ray gun since I was about 13, thanks to Joe Strummer and the Clash.
Nice.
And continue to evolve in bands my whole life. And this is absolutely my favorite group to jam, relate, seek.
That's awesome. Are you originally from the Twin Cities?
I am from Decapital, Washington, D.C.
Nice. Nice.
Home of hardcore.
We can talk about this
I was just
later.
gonna say, did you need to speak over the mic? I feel like
Go
this could be a
for it.
duel right there. Yeah.
Home of Fugazi. Home,
Wow.
Home of Straight Edge.
Straight Edge.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
That's straight edge. I stand corrected.
That's what differences do you find between like the Twin Cities music scene and the DC, aside from the opposite birthplace of?
Yeah, I think it's more fertile. It's fertile ground here for all types of people, all
answer,
types
good
of
answer.
musicians.
Yeah.
I love it here. And I think anyone who wants to do anything should come to Minneapolis and grow because we're set up for it.
We're gonna give that right to the Twin Cities Appreciation Club, the Booster Club. Yeah, I think it's true. I mean, I think it's really very true. So, all right,
Yeah, and we love being here. So thanks for having us.
fantastic.
Move on to our one.
Ryan, yeah.
Hello, my name is Ryan. I'm the human drummer of the band. I am a slime monster, but they just cloned me to be a human so I could fit in with the human world.
Nice.
I just found the ad on Craigslist probably a few months ago, and it just looked cool, so here I am.
Fantastic. And how did you get into playing the drums? Your mom didn't tell you couldn't?
I think it was Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Like, I just love playing the drums on that stuff, and I'm like, I want to do the real thing. So, there it is.
And when did you start?
I was 12 years old.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. All right, John, you might have to.
Awesome.
Found
Thanks for
us.
having us, gang. Oh, I'm John, Slime Monsters from Outer Space. This is my 5th time with these lovely musicians. Super grateful, super stoked. You can really never sleep on Craigslist. I feel like all musicians and people that want to make noise, there's always going to be folks out there doing it, and that is our lifeline to get to musicians, I feel. So super grateful for that, first of all.
I never think about that because I'm not in a band. Would that be your go-to for sure, or are there other advice you would give to people who are looking to be in a band?
Honestly, for me, Craigslist from home. You know, if you can't get out and about, that's the quickest way I feel. And then going to shows, and you know, there's that whole economy of, you know, if you can get gas and get to the show and, you know, go out there. There's always stuff going on. I feel like this is a wonderful music city.
The local shops.
I think So the advice I would give to anybody trying to start a band is have material ready to go when you meet up with people. So like have songs written and stuff like that. For years I tried to start a band without doing that. You know, I was just like, I have a bass guitar and you know, I'll play in your band. Getting people to stick around requires you to show that you're actually about it, you know, on some level. That you're gonna write songs and that you want to promote the band and that sort of thing. I got on a tangent. I do that a lot.
That's okay. We love that.
Yeah. Final answer. I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
Well, and what's interesting is because you immediately went to if you want to start a band.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and maybe you're the wrong person to ask. Maybe somebody else is the right person to ask, because we had Choir Walk With Me, which is such an interesting to talk to their band members. There was one clear leader, and the rest were like, love to just show up. So if you just want to be in a band,
Yeah.
what advice would you give?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm like,
I'd just suggest like looking for people. Like I found Lucky on a Friends app. I can't remember what it was called. It was just looking for people who had the same music tastes, going to local music shops and whatnot, checking out their boards, and then going to shows like John said. Like just get out there, meet people who like the same kind of music as you, find out who else knows how to play instruments or want to learn. Like as I said, I just started playing bass because Lucky talked me into it again. So
is that credit or blame you're giving right there?
Credit. No, like I wanted to for a while. I had a friend in high school who played bass, and she let me pick it up, but I didn't have access to it enough, and so it's credit. I finally started playing, and it's awesome being able to play music again. But
and I like both answers because, you know, I think if you met somebody else who had a bunch of music you wanted to play, it would work. It could work really well or not. You know what I mean? Like depending on how it meshes, but you know, you need left and right. You know, you need yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I would say that this band complements my creative process very well. When Brian auditioned, he came in with a notebook with notes written about like the songs and like, and I was just like, okay, this is a guy I can deal with, you know, like I like dedication. I like people that I don't have to like ride them constantly to like do something like, hey, when's band practice? Hey, when's band practice? Like, hey, you know, like, I like for it to be just, I like self-starters. Yeah. I don't remember why.
I mean, I think preparation is key to joining a band. I've been in many and doing the same process, and one of the keys to making the audition fun, making the audition worthwhile, is preparation. So even though we're a punk band, even though we like spontaneous combustion, or what we call control, I call it controlled chaos.
Yeah.
So it's chaos with a purpose, and the only way you can execute on that is to be prepared. Prepared for anything. And that's the whole idea. The only way you get through chaos is being prepared for whatever might come your way. And that's what I love about this band, is that we typically don't play the same thing exactly the same way.
Yeah.
And it depends on the show, it depends on the people, it depends on the moods. But no matter how we play it, it seems to come across the right way, even though there's no right way. So I think preparation is important.
I was just talking to, I think, my dad the other day about there are times when you've memorized a speech, and if you get off the speech, that's it, you're done, as opposed to knowing your part. You know, knowing your part means, so you're uber prepared. Mm-hmm. You know, memorizing is one thing, but as I said, just kind of owning it, and it feels like you are all people who own it and want to move forward with it.
Yeah.
And so you certainly meet people in the world who, you know, they want to be on the stage, maybe get some free beer, maybe, just either they're at a different age, or they're at a different stage, or they're just some, there's nothing, no shade, just looking for something different. And it's got to be a trick to weed those folks, to shuffle them to a better place for them.
Yeah, it's the idea of being in a band is way more fun than being in a band, and I say that as someone who very much loves my band. Like, you've got to sweat, and like your fingers are gonna hurt, by the end of rehearsal sometimes, and like, it's I was carrying my amp, and it was just like, oh, it's heavy. I know. And it definitely requires dedication. And John is also awesome because you meet a lot of people who want to be vocalists, and they really think that because they sing in the car that they can be, a rock band vocalist, and that's not it at all. But John came in. John has great energy. John was also very prepared. That's the end of that tangent.
Okay, have you got? How are shows going? What's your situation playing out? Where can people find you, either online or in different places, or what places would you like to play? Put it out in the ether.
So our next show is going to be in Uptown during Porch Fest. It's not affiliated with Porch Fest. We got
adjacent. We just Porch adjacent. Yes.
Yeah. We got denied a spot, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do my own show. And so, hopefully when people are walking around Porch Fest, they'll, pick up.
Hear you? Because I think they will.
Yeah. I think you're safe there. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. That's gonna be free. We've got some shows that are kind of up in the air right now, and then we've got a definite show at Pillar Forum on October 27th. With Radical Fun Time and Velvet Ghoul. And then we also have social media and stuff like that. So if you want to hear us when we're not playing shows. And also I'm constantly trying to let people know when we're playing, what we've produced, all that kind of stuff, because I want this to be successful, and it's the era where you have to get in people's faces on their phones, and
So just look us up on Facebook. You'll see when we're playing. It'll be posted immediately.
Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, wherever.
What's your Instagram handle? Because I know it's not just the band name, so I want people to go to the right one.
Right. Yeah, that's a good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So on every social media platform, it's Groove Slimy, GROOVESLIMY. That's actually the very first song I wrote for this project was called Groove Slimy, and that's why I named it that, and then it just stuck, because writing out Slime Monsters from Outer Space every time you've got to put in our Bandcamp URL is just really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
No.
Okay.
Ignore me.
You know what we forgot to mention?
What?
Is the Wild Man on the drums.
You mentioned me.
I mean,
no, but how good you are.
Ryan.
Yeah, let's talk about Ryan for a moment.
Ryan's fantastic.
Because it looks like he loves the song.
I don't know where to put the camera, because I feel like...
Ryan's fantastic. It was a little rocky at the beginning. Ryan wasn't 100% feeling the band, because I'm very fly by the seat of my pants, for all of my art, not just music. And I think by the time I got this band together, we had less than 2 months until a festival gig or something like that, and
it was 4 weeks.
Was it 4 weeks?
We had 4 practices.
Okay, we had 4 practices before our second show. So our first show was like a couple of days before.
We counted that as a practice.
Yeah, we counted that as a practice.
Fair.
But yeah, and like I think about it all the time. Like I am so glad Ryan stuck around because Ryan is a phenomenal like drummer. Yeah, and he seems to appreciate what we're doing, and that's important. Yeah.
He goes bananas on the drums. I just love his drum style. And I just wanted to put it out there.
Now I need to get the two of you. That'll be even better.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll say something. Just thanks for the opportunity to let me go crazy on the drums.
Yeah.
It's great. It's fun.
Of course. If you're not going crazy, you don't belong in punk rock, man. That's not true. Everybody belongs in punk rock, except for you know, certain negative types. That
We
the
could
Dead
just start it with,
Kennedys
yeah,
have had
Nazi
songs
punks,
about.
yes.
Yeah, like no,
They don't belong.
They're not allowed. But
We
everybody
got the
else.
FCC, so we'll just say they don't belong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's all I have to say about Ryan for now. I think.
For now.
Well, and what made you start this band at this time? I mean, you've all been in different bands before, different. You know, so, yeah, yes, no,
High school
yeah.
band. No, this is my first rock band. As I said, I just picked up bass, so.
But I mean, you can compare it to the high school band. We won't. Well, you know, it's funny. I mean, we kind of joke about that, but that is so many people's first experience, and I think that does give you a weird.
It is a group experience. You have one person directing you, and then you all come together as a community. But there's a lot more there. You have pre-written music. It's not like what we're doing. We're Lucky wrote it all, but we're all figuring out how we sound together. So it's a lot more like bringing a family together than learning how to play music with just your schoolmates.
Yeah.
It's a lot closer knit.
As far as why and how I started it, as I said before, I've kind of always wanted to be a rock star. At certain points in my life, I lost sight of that. There was for most of my 20s, I had like one band that played 3 shows. But I was mostly focusing on going to school at the time. Kind of gave up music after a while. I actually left most of my instruments in Atlanta when I moved to California for grad school. And then my... Anyway, so then in grad school I started playing music again. So that was maybe 6-7 years ago. And I had a couple of bands in San Diego. Then those broke up. I came out here, started a really artsy, kind of boring band called Art Thief with some people that I don't talk to anymore. And then...
Wait, hold on. Let me ask some follow-up. No,
Okay. And then it was like a year and some change ago, year and a half ago, I was just like, man, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm working my job and like I don't have a band, and so I started writing songs because I didn't have a band, and I put them on Bandcamp, and people were like, these are pretty good. And then I brought on Phoenix, and then tried out a couple other musicians, and then Brian and Ryan came along. And then John is a recent addition. So yeah, I don't know. I started it because it's in my heart. There's a Bukowski poem, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of Bukowski, but well, it's I don't know. Never mind. We won't get into that. But the poem is I think it's called "Don't Be a Writer," or that's like the first line, and basically the gist of it is like, unless it's like pouring out of you, don't do it because it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you know, you don't make money when you start out doing this, right? You got to like balance it with your job and, you know, not having a space sometimes to, you know, play loud music and that sort of thing.
Well, and that kind of gets to Phoenix's point. It's like starting a family.
Yeah.
Nobody starts a family thinking they're going to be money makers. I'll tell you that for sure.
Don't do it for me.
It's not working out. It's not working out for me. But I mean, but it's not. It's above and beyond that, you know. And now, you know, maybe when my kids will be a baseball legend, they're so far. They're all girls, but they're not that girls can't play baseball, but they're not going to be on the and they're too old to be in the. But yeah, but you know, it is that labor of love, and I think that's why it's. You have a wider berth of the people that you work with because you're like, I just sit by the desk with them or whatever. But the people that you're going to be in a sweaty college radio studio with, lugging your stuff up and down the stairs in the middle of the summer on a dorm campus, you got to have a real affinity. There's got to be a feeling where you're like, yep, that's the one. That last one, no, this is the one. I mean, there just must be sort of a click to it.
Yeah. On some level, I remember it was a month or two ago we were practicing, and these two, which they're, as far as like I'm not a technically skilled musician. I've never thought of myself as that. I mean, I'm a performer first, and I play music sort of as a vessel for performing. But Ryan and Brian are both fantastic musicians, and when we had some practice, we stopped, we got through our set, and they were both like, that was awesome, and I was like, what? Like, you thought that was good? You know, like, it was like, it meant something, because like, I had music projects, and like, I never wanted to listen to anything I recorded, but now I'm like, sometimes I listen to my own band, which makes me feel kind of like a narcissist, but you know.
That's amazing, because we often will play recorded music while people sitting here, and there are several different expected reactions. Either it's like, the cringe face, where like, it could be, well, it wouldn't be Prince, but it could be anybody kind of doing that, you know, or they're singing along and they're having a, you know, but when you get to the point where you enjoy listening to your own music, I think that's amazing. I'm looking a little bit at the clock on the wall because we got someone coming in here in 10 minutes. We have another DJ coming in.
Okay.
So we're going to have to thank you all for being here. Remind folks again where they can find you.
Yeah, so we're Slime Monsters from Outer Space. If you Google that, you get two main results. You get us, and then you get a Weird Al song called Slime Creatures from Outer Space.
Which is a great song, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
fantastic. So that, if you use Google, all of the social media, Linktree, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff, it's, the username is Groove Slimy. And then you can also find us on, like, Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. We've got a couple of tracks on there. But our newest one is a live EP. And it was from a show we played a few weeks back. And it sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Slime
thank you,
Monsters
guys.
from Outer
Thank you.
Space.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes.